Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Well, that's just Prime.
Prime a truck, not a monkey, and you're fucked. You get your ass kicked by a gorilla with laser blasters, which is pretty fucking cool, but you still suck. Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at another Transformers Power of the Primes figure. It's Optimus. Now, I got this figure from Big Bad Toy Store, and the reason I ordered it online is because I've never actually seen this figure in the wild. It was definitely one I was wanting. It looks cool. It was voted a fan vote by the fans with Hasbro, so this is really cool that they put this out. I mean, it looks really, really slick. I'm a huge Beast Wars fan. And to be honest, I think it would be cool if they did a version of this where the head was remolded for Megatron like they had it in Beast Wars. That'd be a fun, exclusive for a convention, like for BotCon or something. Or whatever they're calling the Transformers conventions these days. Front of the package here, it's got Transformers Generations. It's got the fan vote logo up there. There it is, and there he is in the box. There's some artwork that says Power of the Primes, Optimus down there. So just kind of a close-up here. Top of the box has a little window like that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. So yeah, it is the fan vote figure. There he is inside the package, looking all kinds of cool. There's the artwork. Very neat. Power of the Primes. Optimus with the Maximo logo. So that is very, very cool. Side of the package has got more artwork. So this has got the smaller version of Optimus Primal, which is very cool. This side of the package has got a bunch of Prime logos, and then it says it's an authentic Transformer. Yeah, here's the back of the package. We get a little write-up of Optimus up here. It's got his little matrix going in there. It says, hey, this is a fan vote again. We get Optimus Primal. There's Optimus. There's the monkey bot on his surfboard. His guns on the back, and there he is, his shell where you put the, the piece in. Which is just like the Optimus Prime and the Rodimus Prime figures. And then, of course, here's the play gimmick with all the different Prime stuff. The little enigmas, or whatever they called them. So that's definitely pretty cool, just kind of a close-up. If you want to pause and read that, you are more than welcome to. And there it is with the little matrix. Here are all the, or let's see what I got. Oh yeah, all the little Prime gimmicks there. There's the guns. There's Optimus Primal. He goes into this to make the big bot right there. And then, of course, we've got the monkey bot on the flying surfboard. Which is very cool. This is probably the mode he will stay in up on my shelf. Definitely looks very cool. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Optimus out of the box and see what we think. So here we have Optimus out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I overall love this figure. There are some very small minor gripes I have about it. Primarily, it's in the vehicle mode. The Optimus Primal smaller mode is a bit goofy, but overall, this is a cool figure. It is a fun figure, and I'm very ecstatic to have finally gotten it. Yeah, I've actually had this thing sitting on my coffee table for a while, posing it, messing around with it, and I meant to review this, I want to say, September, and I just never really got around to it. I love the color scheme. Articulation on this thing is really cool. All the play gimmicks are really nice, and it's pretty much got all of the vehicle modes that we had from the old Beast Wars show. I think the only mode that we don't get from the show was kind of the land vehicle mode. It's more of a spaceship mode in this version, but it's similar looking, I guess. But yeah, overall, very nice. Now, one of the gimmicks that it has, because of course it's Power of the Primes, it actually has a matrix, and there's a blue matrix in there, right where it should go, because, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch the old Beast Wars series, Optimus Primal merged his spark with Optimus Prime, and then they became Optimal Optimus, and or transformed him into Optimal Optimus, and the spark hung out in the cockpit there of the spaceship, which was awesome. Now, one thing I will say straight out of the gate, these pieces that are up here on the shoulders, it shows them on the cover of the instruction sheet being there, which they should be, because that's where those pieces were for Optimal Optimus, but the instructions don't mention anything about those pieces. It's like they forgot they were there. And when I first transformed him, I followed the instructions. I'm like, something's missing. And I'm like, oh, it's these shoulder pieces are not there. That's why. So just kind of be aware of that. Articulation on this figure, pretty darn good. The head moves back and forth. It does not have a ball joint. It flips around. And every time I move this thing and click it into place, I feel like it's going to break. So just be aware of that. The arm moves up and down right here. There is rotation there, as well as a piece right there. The wings do spin all the way around, and they flap, which is nice. He's got a very nice elbow joint right there. There's a mushroom peg for the hands. The thumbs are articulated, as are the fingers, so they can go in and out. They're basically the same design that the Combiner Wars hands were. They're just on a smaller scale. He does have waist articulation. It's kind of hard to see there, but it does exist. His legs kick all the way up like that. They kick back about that far, if I could spin it around that way. And that's because of the limit of the backpack he's got going on there. There is a mushroom peg at the top of the leg, which is nice. He's got a really nice knee joint right there. And then he's got articulation on his feet, and he's got that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love! With this being his widest possible stance, with both feet still flat on the floor. Now, one of my favorite gimmicks to this Optimal Optimus figure is the fact that you can actually put the guns into the chest piece right here. So I'm going to take them, come on, off of his legs, right there. Oops, and I unplugged that. And then you're going to take the chest and you're going to hinge it downward to, what's it, get in here, there we go. It's a weird double hinge piece right there, but you're going to hinge it down to where it's like that, and then you mount the guns up here into his nipples like this. So now he looks like one of the sex bots off of Austin Powers, but I absolutely love that. The fact that they did that was very, very cool, and it's just a phenomenal play gimmick that is there. And again, the fact that they included that on there, very cool, and just very reminiscent of the show. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I adore the head sculpt on this guy. The paint scheme is amazing. Head sculpt looks exactly as Optimus, or Optimal Optimus, I always mess that up, should look. He's got the right color scheme, the gray, the purple, the orange, silver, all looks good. The wings there. The fact he's got the upper shoulder bits are really nice. He does have this backpack going on with the Optimus Primal figure. Goodness, this is hard to keep straight, which is a bit unfortunate, but the way the figure is set up, I'm okay with it, and you know, it works as the surfboard and the jetpack and all that kind of good stuff. But overall, I mean, this figure just looks so gorgeous. The matrix in the cockpit there, just downright damn cool. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, I like the hands. They look a lot like they did in the old toy and cartoon. They're basically, as I said, smaller versions of the Combiner Wars hands, which works. The waist looks good. We got the silver legs there, some nice silver stickers on the kneecaps, which is nice. Just overall, really cool stickers on the sides of the arms. We got the Maximal logos all over the place. Again, the backpack, it's unfortunate that we got that, but, it is what it is. Like I said, at least we get a Primal figure and an Optimal Optimus figure out of it. That's kind of fun, but man, there is something about this color scheme I just dig. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure here, he's got the nice big clunky feet, which I dig. The silver claws on the toes, the orange paint. Again, the silver stickers on the kneecaps look nice. The fact you can put the guns mounted on the sides of the legs, very cool, very nice. Lots of sculpted detail everywhere. I like how he's got the posable feet, which is cool. The back of the legs are a little gappy, but they get, a bit hidden with wings that fold back around, which works. And again, a lot of that's for transformation. Nice big heels back there with the great little grids on the back. Detail all over the place with all the, rotating parts and that kind of jazz. I mean, it just looks really cool. For comparison, here we have Optimal Optimus next to the leader class Cybertron Siege Optimus, which it's not Star Convoy. I forget what they called this version in the Armada trilogy, but Optimal Optimus is definitely a lot bigger and a lot cooler. I mean, this is a leader class from Power of the Primes versus a leader class from Transformers Siege. And, I will say there's a lot more plastic in this one than this one here, but the size difference is ridiculous. And it makes Optimal Optimus definitely look more optimal. Well, isn't that just prime? So here we have Optimal Optimus in his Guerrilla mode, and it looks pretty good. I like it. It looks like Optimus Primal from the old Beast Wars cartoon, which is cool. He's got his gun mounted back here. Now, he does have a lot of the Optimus Primal backpack on here because it's part of this whole gimmick thing here. He does have range of motion. It's a little bit hampered because of the knee being now up into his chest, but it goes about that far, still moves outward like that. His feet do move up and down, and he does have that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love, and that's about as wide as he goes with both feet still flat on the floor right there. Very similar to the main figure. The hands, again, do open up just like the main figure there, and then his arm articulation is the same as the main figure, so that's all the same. You can, if you want to, if you flip this piece up here and then pull that out and close that back up, you can pull the blasters out into a firing mode if you so desire. You can, but yeah, I don't know. In this mode, I just like the gun blasters upright right there, and then if I didn't mention, the head does move back and forth. A little bit of hamperage because of that. It does go down quite a bit, which is nice. But overall, I do like this mode. And here we have the flying surfing monkey bot on his little flying surfboard here that we see in the show. The fact that they included this, I like, but it's a little bit clunky. First of all, it's not all silver because half of it is Optimus Primal. The other issue I have with it is, we got some major gappage going on in the back here. But, I guess it's okay. I will say it does clamp on very well. There are pegs that go underneath on the feet, so just kind of a close-up of him whoosh, 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 zipping around on it. That is very cool. The fact that once it's clipped in, it's actually very nice. The only issue though, there's a peg right here, and it's not really all that stable. I mean, it is, but as you can see, it kind of rocks around. Yeah, I don't know. I like this. I think it's a good nod to the show itself. Was it executed the best? Probably not, but I will say for what they had going on with the figure and trying to do as much as they can, I think they did a pretty good job, and it looks pretty cool if you like that Goofy's 90 kind of vibe. Hell yes, yes we do. So taking a closer look at the Guerrilla mode, again, love the head sculpt. Paint scheme is awesome. The dark blue, the orange, the purples all look really good. The fact he's got the little Maximal stickers on his arms are kind of cool. I wish those were jewels, but it is what it is. He's got lots of backpack going on here. The gun piece I can see because, well, you know, he's got the gun blasters up there, but it's that Optimus Primal backpack part that's kind of I wish you could disconnect the two, but it is what it is. Yeah, just the sheer look of it looks great, looks very Beast Wars, which I really like. And then looking at the bottom half of the figure, again, definitely digging it. I like the color scheme. I like how the shoulder bits that were on his top shoulders now wrap around the arms. That looks good. The silver on his knees, the silver painted toes look really good. He's got the wings on the back of the legs. Again, lots of backpack. This is the biggest drawback of this particular mode, is all this backpack on here, but it does turn into the flying surfboard, so you can have the flying surfing monkey, so I guess that's kind of cool. And I mean, you don't see it that much when you're looking at it head on, which, you know, if you're going to display it in this mode, that's probably how you should. Now here we have Optimus Primal and his smaller robot form here. No longer Optimal Optimus, but Optimus Primal. And, you know, this is a good attempt. I will say that. He's got a lot of the spaceship backpack hanging off right there, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's a very clean looking figure up front. Now you're supposed to take the guns and they kind of arc back a bit, I guess, to make his swords or clubs or whatever you want to call it there. I'm going to take these off because they look goofy. It's okay. It's not a bad attempt. If this was able to turn into a small gorilla that resembled the old Beast Wars gorilla, I would have been through the moon. But having said that, I mean, the sculpt is okay. I will say that these legs are super duper stiff, so be aware of that. I always am afraid that this one is going to crack and break when I spin it around. Yeah, I mean, overall, it does look clean. I love the giant Maximal logo on the shoulder there. That looks pretty cool. Articulation on this guy, his head does move back and forth, up and down a little bit. His arm swings out like that, moves up and down. There is not a mushroom peg, which is unfortunate. He's got a single joint there. There is no waist articulation. His leg kicks up that far. Doesn't kick back because of the backpack. There is a mushroom peg at the top, and then he's got a single jointed knee right there. Actually, it's a double jointed knee. I lied, so that's kind of cool. And nothing at the feet because they are molded plastic. And yeah, that's about it on the articulation on that guy. I mean, overall, not a bad job. So taking a closer look at Optimus Primal here, I love the head sculpt on it. That looks amazing. It's a great update to the character. I like the chest deco. That looks cool. He's got his Maximal logo. The dark blue looks really nice. I do dig that. It's almost a, well, it's not even dark blue. It's like a charcoal gray color, which is cool. Got the light gray. He does have this ridiculous backpack, spaceship backpack hanging on the back here, which is very unfortunate. unfortunate. It would have been cool if they could have somehow turned that into part of the back of the gorilla, but I guess it is what it is. Overall, I mean, it looks really good, and just for a small standalone figure for Optimus Primal, it's not bad. I like it. I just wish he turned into a gorilla. And then looking at the lower half of the figure, again, I think it's sculpted pretty well. I love the white and the red. The hydraulics on his legs look cool. The silver waist, he's got a little blue piece there on the waist that looks nice. The kind of charcoal gray to black. The molding looks really, really nice from the front there. Got the little toes molded in, looks good. The back of the figure does have a lot of gappage going on, but that's for the transformation to get it to go into the backpack for Optimal Optimus and the spaceship mode and all that kind of stuff, the surfboard mode, all that kind of good jazz. It stands pretty well considering it's got that big old backpack on there, and I don't know, there's something about the color scheme and the deco that looks pretty cool. For comparison, here we have Optimus Primal with the 35th anniversary Walmart exclusive Blue Streak from Transformers Siege, and he's actually a little bit taller than a deluxe figure. As far as mass goes, they're really about the same. So, you know, again, it's not the greatest interpretation of Optimus Primal, but it's definitely pretty fun. And here we have Optimal Optimus in his vehicle mode, and this is the weakest mode of all of them. I even like this less than I do the Optimus Primal. But I don't know, I can't even say it's okay. It's a big gobbledygook of a mess of a mode. Getting this piece to clip onto the back of the feet are kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't know. He's basically just kind of sprawled out. And I swear there was a vehicle mode, an alternate, like a ground mode, and I want to say it was, let's see here, I guess you could just kind of fold in, and I swear that his hands came inward like this in the mode. Maybe if we, yeah, did this number here, spin the hands around like this. Here we go. Like this. We could get kind of a tank mode that he rolled around in. I guess maybe not so much. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely the weakest mode of all of them, which, you know, I'm not going to keep it into the vehicle mode. I'm going to leave it in the robot mode because it's awesome looking, and yeah, this is just kind of there. So is Optimal Optimus from Power of the Primes something that you want in your Transformers collection? Well, if you're a Beast Wars fan, I think this is a must-have figure. It's an updated version of Optimal Optimus. It's really well done. We get a little Optimus Primal figure to go with it. Lots of great play gimmicks to it. It's a pretty sturdy figure. I think it would hold up pretty well to kids. I don't know if I'd give it to a kid under maybe 10. 8 being the lowest I would probably give this figure to. But overall, I mean, it's pretty darn cool, pretty big, and lots of gimmicks. Stickers on it look pretty decent, and man, I don't know. There's something about it, it just, oh, it tugs at my Transformers heartstrings. So there he is, Optimal Optimus from Transformers Power of the Primes.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.